3 construction classes will be offered in Oxford this spring.
Big changes coming to the weather across East Alabama this week. We'll have the complete forecast details coming up.
Coming up in sports, there's a new state champion here in Calhoun County. Also, it was a big milestone for one local basketball player, and there's a new Etowah County basketball champion. EAN Local News starts now.
This segment of EAN Local News is brought to you by Oxford Lumber. Come visit any of our locations in Oxford, Jacksonville, Talladega, and Roanoke.
Hello, we're glad you could join us. I'm Mike Stetter.
And I'm Katie Edwards.
A new large-scale workforce development project called the Create Innovation Center will offer its first classes starting February 21st. Lori Denton, the director of Create, says the 16-week classes will be free of charge to adults who want to work in the construction field, and the first round of classes will focus on 3 job skills.
Adults will be able to choose from one of 3 pathways. So we have commercial carpentry, electrical, and plumbing. All of those classes are being taught by sort of our local experts.
Denton says these classes are being made possible through a grant provided by the Alabama Construction Industry Craft Training Board. Those classes are open to any adult living in the region, but the size of each class will be limited to 15 students.
Currently, they will be held in the old lunchroom on the campus of Oxford High School, and the address for that is on the Stewart Street side of things, but it'll be Monday and Wednesday evenings from 5:15 to 8 p.m. And when they are finished with that, once they complete those classes successfully, they will have an NCCER certification as well as their OSHA 10 certification. And all of our commercial construction partners in the region, they wrote letters of support to help us receive this grant. And in those letters of support, they have committed to hiring those people who complete these classes.
Denton says this is just the first series of classes that will be offered by Create, which plans to start working in its own building later this year. She says the group hopes to offer a full slate of construction classes starting in the fall.
It will be a regional workforce technology and innovation center that will serve students and adults across the region, and it will absolutely change the economic footprint of East Alabama.
When we return, Anniston's main water plant will be getting newer and safer equipment to purify its water supply.
For over 60 years, Oxford Lumber has been servicing our area, and our customer service has always been our main focus. Our customer service is what sets us apart from anyone else. From the moment you enter, our highly trained staff will treat you like family.
To enthusiastically provide total customer satisfaction within a positive and self-fulfilling employee relations environment. Visit us at any of our 4 locations or at oxfordlumber.com.
This segment of EAN Local News is brought to you by Waltrip Manufacturing, metal buildings made right here in Calhoun County.
Work will soon begin at the cold water treatment plant to install a new system that will disinfect the spring water that supplies Anniston and surrounding communities. Engineering manager Cliff Osborne says the project will cost about $800,000 and take about a year to complete.
The scope of the project is to convert our existing disinfection from chlorine gas to sodium hypochlorite. The reason why we're doing it is because it's much safer for our employees and for the surrounding community. So we're getting away from chlorine gas. There's a potential for it to leak.
Osborne says the plant has never experienced a chlorine gas leak, but such an event could pose a serious hazard because the gas is toxic. The new chemical being used is essentially a concentrated form of a household bleach that is easier to handle and more readily available.
The sodium hypochlorite, there's a potential it may be a little bit more expensive, but again, the safety issues that we get rid of far outweigh the extra expense.
Seth Carden, the water plant supervisor, was asked if this conversion would mean any major changes in how the cold water plant operates on a daily basis.
we don't project a lot of change as far as how many people it's going to take to, unload the chemical and have it ready and calibrate the pumps and everything to be able to feed the hypochlorite. If anything, it's going to be safer with bringing in trucks to fill up the tanks and then not have to unload the chlorine cylinders themselves and bring them in and hook those up.
Cardin says Anniston's water customers should notice no difference in the taste of the water they get from his plant, and the new chemical will actually provide stronger disinfection than the old chlorine gas.
Yes, it's going to be a high percentage coming in than your standard bleach. That's typically 7.5%. This will be 12.5%. So I think it'll do a great job of disinfecting our water.
When we come back, there's lots of interest in a new downtown Oxford restaurant.
For metal buildings in Alabama and the Southeast, Waldrop Manufacturing is your one-stop source. A Waldrop metal building provides the coverage and protection your investments need. They specialize in carports, RV covers, portable buildings, and storage buildings. Stop paying rent for storage. With Waldrop's price per foot, you can actually save money by buying straight from the manufacturer. Waldrop buildings are guaranteed because Waldrop manufactures buildings with U.S. steel right here in Calhoun County. Waldrop Manufacturing, serving the entire Southeast. Give them a call today. This segment of EAN Local News is brought to you by WM Grocery, located in Heflin, Wadowee, Roanoke, and in Piedmont.
Patrons at one longtime Oxford storefront are getting a new kind of return on their investment. The Bank, a new restaurant in the old First National Bank of Oxford building, serves party trays and mixed drinks. Located in downtown Oxford at the intersection of Main and Choccolocca Streets, its marble facade harkens back to the days of old, as does the restaurant's theme, a play on the 1920s Prohibition era. Following a soft opening, the business held a ribbon-cutting ceremony on Friday.
We're excited to be in downtown, excited to have another business here in downtown Oxford, someplace for people to go and help this area grow.
The Bank was opened by two couples who already are successful business owners. Gracie and Chip Jansek of Suck It Up, a succulent shop just a few doors down from the new restaurant, and Laura and Gary Humphreys of the Redbird Coffee Shop, a pay-as-you-please coffee shop on the public square in Jacksonville. Those partners say they wanted to bring something new to the area.
We want to do something that's not just a copycat of anywhere else. So to be honest, this is something very unique, and we want people to be like, this is...
The business's operating hours are between 5 and 10 p.m. Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. You can learn more about the Bank on the company's Facebook and Instagram pages.
The U.S. Forest Service Shoal Creek office announced today that federal fire management specialists are conducting a prescribed burn on approximately 790 acres today, 11 miles northeast of Heflin in the Pilgrim's Rest area. If you have any questions, the Talladega National Forest is the place to call. That number is 256-362-2909.
Well, temperatures are rising across East Alabama, but as recently as yesterday, ice formations could be seen collecting at some area waterways. This evening, we're going to leave you with these winter scenes from streams in the Duggar Mountain Wilderness area, and we invite you to take a second look at them on our Facebook page, where you can also submit your own icy fill scenes from recent winter days. And let us hope icy fill streams are a thing of the past.
Absolutely.
For this summer.
How beautiful. Now let's be done, right?
Yes, I think we've had our winter.
Yes.
It's time to start thinking about spring.
And sometimes that comes in the form of rain.
Well, possibly.
Maybe so. Let's see what John Holder has to say about that. He joins us now in the EAN Weather Center. John?
Mike and Katie, two things that we need across East Alabama in the forecast for the rest of the work week: some rainfall and some warmer temperatures. We'll have the complete forecast details for all of East Alabama next.
Since 1993, WM Grocery has been a major part of our local community. WM offers the very best in fresh produce and an outstanding meat department. WM also has many local products not found anywhere else and fresh sushi every day. If you need an event catered, come see Mrs. K at any WM store. Curbside pickup is also available for your online grocery orders. Be sure to download the WM app for all the deals of the week and shopper rewards. Go check them out today at any of their locations.
We take pride in our community and appreciate your business.
Temperatures across East Alabama today still below normal, but boy, they sure felt a whole lot warmer than we've been expecting over the last couple of days. 53 for the high today across East Alabama, still below average. Our low this morning at 29 degrees, again below the average for this time of year. Record high temperature at 76. The record low temperature 9 degrees back in 1982. And look at those days getting longer. 6:45 your sunrise time tomorrow morning. The sun setting this afternoon at 5:05. Weather on your street for a Monday night. Take out to Watson Street in Sachs. Mostly cloudy skies tonight. Look at that low temperature, higher than the highs that we've had for most of the last week, only dropping down to 41 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Tomorrow we will bring back our first chance of rain in a while. A very small chance of rain out on Williams Road in Pleasant Valley. Going to be even warmer tomorrow out in PV. The high tomorrow at 58 degrees, about a 20% chance of a shower late tomorrow afternoon, perhaps after 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon hours. And as we look at the rest of the week, big changes coming to the forecast. It's going to be warm. It's going to be wet. We spent the last week to 10 days with very cold and mostly dry conditions. Now warm and wet over on Covered Bridge Road in Rainbow City. Temperatures rising to the 60s beginning on Wednesday, and we should be in the 60s all the way for the rest of the work week and into the weekend. Here's the 7-day forecast for all of East Alabama. A lot of raindrops on there and a lot of warm temperatures. We can use both. A 70% chance of rain on Wednesday, the high at 66. We may touch 70 on a lot of backyard thermometers coming up on Thursday, but a 90% chance of rain. Again, we're not looking at severe weather. We could have a rumble of thunder in here on Wednesday or Thursday, but some beneficial rainfall coming our way. 68 for the high on Friday with a 50-50 chance of showers. Another dose of nice rainfall coming during the day on Saturday, a 60% chance of rain, and those temperatures way above the average. Temperatures about 15 degrees above the average for this time of year. And look at the nighttime lows. Thursday morning only dropping down to 62 degrees. That is almost 30 degrees above the average for this time of year. So we're way above average for daytime highs and for nighttime lows as well. We're not going to return to wintertime per se anytime soon, but we will see temperatures backing off a little bit by the second half of the weekend. By Sunday, we're back into the upper 50s, which is still above average for this time of year, and more typical weather in about a week where we will see temperatures right about average for this time of year with plenty of sunshine by next Monday. We are expecting copious amounts of rainfall across East Alabama. This is the potential rainfall taking us all the way until Sunday. And so for this week and weekend, lots of places in North Alabama expecting 4 to 6 inches of rainfall. Here in East Alabama, 3 to 4 inches. Now that's not in one day. That's going to be spread out over 5 or 6 days. But I do believe that with 3 or 4 inches of rain or more, we are going to knock out the drought across East Alabama by the end of the week. I'll be back here tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. for your breakfast forecast for all of East Alabama. Sports time now. Namath Pitt's going to talk about the state wrestling tournament. Namath?
Thanks, John. Weaver's glorious wrestling program and dominant run under Andy Fulmer has achieved a first, defeating St. John Paul II, then St. James, to win the Class 1A through 4A Duals State Championship. Weaver's wrestling program and Glory are old friends, but even the Bearcats can achieve a first. Weaver beat St. John Paul II 66-16 and then beat St. James 42-23 in this past Friday's Class 1A through 4A State Duals semifinals and finals to clinch the program's first State Duals Championship. The Bearcats added a Duals format title to 11 conventional state titles, including the 2022 and 2023. Weaver's Duals state titles came hours after Weaver's girls program finished off a 5th place finish at state. The Class 3A Bearcats finished behind 4 Class 7A schools. The champion was Daphne, followed by Central Phoenix City, Enterprise, and Thompson. Weaver had 154 points, 3 behind Thompson. The girls' state tournament does not have a classification-based division yet, but the weight class winners against St. James were Gabriel Snyder in the 132-pound weight class, Dylan Brown in the 140-pound weight class, Gianluca Torres in the 146-pound weight class, Caden Thornton in the 159-pound weight class, Christopher Thornton in the 167-pound weight class, Brandon Jolliffe in the 217-pound weight class, Cale Fulmer in the 108-pound weight class, Hayden Heiss at the 122-pound weight class, and Dalton Fink at the 128-pound weight class. Next month, Weaver will seek to make it 4 total state championships in 3 years. Isaac Bailey, Hunter Bagley, and Caleb Tidwell led Piedmont to victory and first place in the Belser Memorial Tournament at Sachs. Wellborn, White Plains, and Lincoln also had 2 weight class winners apiece. Isaac Bailey, Hunter Bagley, and Caleb Tidwell won their respective weight classes to lead Piedmont to victory in this past Saturday's Donnie Belser Jr. Memorial Wrestling Tournament. Piedmont scored 183 points, edging Cleburne County. Other team scorers were Wellborn in 3rd place, White Plains 4th, Ohatchee 5th, Alabama School for the Blind 6th, Lincoln 7th, St. Andrews, Mississippi 8th, Pleasant Valley 9th, American Christian Academy 10th, Sachs 11th, Alexandria 12th, and Gadsden City 13th. The individual champions were Tristan Garrett from Sachs, Jack Galloway from American Christian Academy, Mason Hom from White Plains, Tanner Gerald from White Plains, Isaac Bailey from Piedmont, Damian Winfrey from Alabama School for the Blind, Austin Mayfield from Cleburne County, Hunter Bagley from Piedmont, Caleb Tidwell from Piedmont, Hunter Smiley from Lincoln, Deacon Engel of Ohatchee, Rhett Walters from Lincoln, Zachary Presley of Walter Wellborn, and Andrew Salter of Walter Wellborn. Led by Aaron Nixon, the Jacksonville boys followed up the Calhoun County Championship with an area victory over Cleburne County. Devin Barksdale was recognized for a career milestone, and Southside Panthers girls went on to win the Etowah County Championship for the 2nd time in school history. One night after winning their first Calhoun County Championship since 1995, the Jacksonville boys scored an area victory over Cleburne County. The Golden Eagles got 26 points from Aaron Nixon and beat Cleburne County 70-44 in a rescheduled Class 4A Area 10 game. Nixon made 6 of 9 3-pointers. He also had 4 rebounds and 2 steals. Calhoun County Tournament Most Valuable Player Devin Barksdale scored 8 points with 2 3-pointers, and the junior also had 3 assists and 3 steals on a night when he was recognized for crossing the 1,000-point threshold for his career. Barksdale passed the 1,000 points while scoring 18 points in the Calhoun County Championship this past Friday when Jacksonville beat Oxford. Jacksonville's other top performers against Cleburne County were Emery Young, 15 points, 4 rebounds, and Quinn Weaver, 10 points, 2 steals, and 2 assists. Madison Shaw hit 3 3-pointers en route to a team-high 11 points, and Southside girls won the Etowah County Championship for only the 2nd time in program history. The Panthers also won last season's en route to reaching the Northeast Regional Finals for the 1st time in program history. Southside's Grace Ann Rose was the tournament's most valuable player. Shaw, Layla Davis, and Jovi Marble made the all-tournament team. Southside's other top performers against Sardis were Rose, 10 points, 12 rebounds, 3 assists, Davis, 9 points, 6 rebounds, and Marble, 2 points, 5 rebounds as Southside beat Sardis 42-22. That's it for EAN Local Sports. Let's go back over to Mike and Katie.
Thanks for that update, Namath, and thank you for watching us today.
You can find us here online every weekday on Facebook, YouTube, or Instagram, and on our website, eastalabamanow.com. You can just go to our video feed and you watch us whenever it's convenient for you.
We'll see you back here Tuesday for your news on your schedule.